Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? This is Freddie Ewan, two-time GM of the Year, current Pantheon Cup champion, host of the Tpffkal show. Hope everyone is having a great Monday. What a great week for football. There were 5 games decided by a field goal. I think there was a last-minute field goal for all 5 of those games. Really great week to watch football. My Philadelphia Eagles, of course, did not play this week. They were on a bye. They will be playing the Kansas City Chiefs next Monday night in a rematch of last year's Super Bowl. That should be fun and exciting to watch. Get your popcorn ready for that one. But anyway, we are going to talk about rivalry week. We have the results in. It looks like every team is either 90% or better, and turned into upset city this week. Turned into upset city. We're going to go to really just 2 big matchups, but we're going to talk about the first one is on a 5-game losing streak, the San Patricio Rock Throwers take on the Donkey Dicks in the Battle of New Mexico. And Rock Throwers lose 5 in a row. They get a big upset here. They get their win back. Big game from Joe Burrow. Really big game just all around. Hawkinson had a big game. Tank Dell, great start by Neal, puts up 15 points. Kenneth Walker has a big game. He's got Jerry Jeudy going tonight soon. On the other side, Donkey Dicks, they had a lot of players on bye week. They had, giving them a little bit of a fair and favored matchup. They just picked up Waddle. They got Waddle and Tyreek Hill now, two of the Dolphins wide receivers, and Jalen Hurts. Maybe they should get two to help him out. But really just didn't really get a whole lot of ATN really shit the bed this week. Sam Howell had a great game, but didn't really get much. DJ in Pittsburgh didn't put up a great game. Dante Foreman, great game for Chicago. Really had some guys on the bench, though. Warren scores 21 points on the bench. Boyd scores 18 points on the bench. Might have made the difference. If he put those guys in. Anyway, Donkey Dicks fall to 7-3. Rock Throwers still in the hunt. They improved to 500 at 5-5. Next game, 11th versus 9th. Another upset here. Donks for life pull up the upset over the Gronk Donks. Gronk Donks now less than 1% to make the playoffs. Saquon Barkley really shit the bed. Not much of a game from him. A lot of the bench was on a bye week. On the other side, Baker Mayfield has a decent game. Tyler Lockett puts up some big numbers. Kamara was on target with 15 points. Antonio Gibson gets you 14 points. Picked up off the team. Just a all-around great game for Donks for Life. They get the win. I guess they are still keeping their players, looking to get in the hunt or just avoid the Waffle House at this point. For both of those teams. Indigenous FT. I'm sure I screwed that up once again. Gets a great game out of the San Francisco defense. Really just knocks off Semi-Automatic. Semi-Automatic, I'll tell you one thing, is they've been playing above their level. They've sold some players. They got some cap room. They get a big game out of Stroud. Stroud is a keeper, by the way. This guy might be a fantastic quarterback. Brandon Cooks, 30 points on the bench, too, for Semi-Automatic. Might have made a difference in this one if he had Cooks on the bench. But anyway, Indigenous FTC improves to 500, 5-5. They're really eyeing that 6th seed playoff spot. Next matchup, FJTK versus Shake and Bake. FJTK, big game from Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen. 37 points for Herbert, 38 points for Allen, 175 yards, 2 touchdowns for Keenan Allen, 4 passing touchdowns for Herbert. Got a nice game out of Najee Harris, Bijan Robinson, not much from their wide receivers. Dotson puts up an egg, and Calvin Ridley only gives 3 points. On the other side, Shake and Bake did not have Mahomes this week, had to put him on the bench. Kyler Murray got a decent game out of him. But got a decent game out of Deebo Samuel, but really everyone else kind of shit the bed. Breece Hall, Kareem Hunt, not really got you 9 points each, just wasn't enough. No one really on the bench did anything. Brock Purdy maybe for FJTK, but pick the right guy, putting Herbert in there and keeping Herbert on it. Next game, the Red Sharks. The Red Sharks have sold off a lot of their team But Red Sharks came up big this weekend. Geno Smith, 28 points. Brian Robinson, 27 points. Trey McBride, this guy, I knew this guy was going to get hot when Ertz went down. 20 points for Trey McBride. You got to give the Red Sharks a little credit. They're sold off most of their team, but, still fighting and battling a little bit on the other side. Dak Prescott, the high scorer of the day. 46 points. Chase had a good game with 23. Evans has another big game with 26 points. Josh Jacobs has a big game. Derek Hunter was awful. Anyway, a Chicken of the Cave is going to be one of those ones who increases their record to 7-3. After this week, we are going to have a 5-team tie for first place because of this next game. TOD, the rivalry that everyone's been talking about. TOD just destroys the Virginia Sea Dogs, just completely destroys the Virginia Sea Dogs. We didn't see that happening after Bryce Young scores only 9 points on Thursday, but Trevor Lawrence was absolutely awful yesterday against the San Francisco D. 185 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble loss. Trevor Lawrence got you 5 whole points, made Bryce Young like a good pickup. On the other side, TOD just got points from everybody. CeeDee Lamb, 37 points, 151 yards, a rushing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown. Devontae Adams goes over 10 points. Garrett Wilson goes over 10 points. Big game for David Montgomery. Mainly that 75-yard rushing touchdown gets him 116 yards and a rushing touchdown. Thank you for the Red Sharks. Two big acquisitions in Lamb and Montgomery. Devin Singletary also. Big free agent pickup, 150 rushing yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and 11 reception yards. On the other side, really, Sea Dogs just didn't get much. They're 2 big running backs, McCaffrey and Eckler, did well, 17 points and 19 points. Kirk did well, but, Hopkins really shit the bed yesterday. Everyone thought he was going to have a big game. Mark Andrews didn't do much. Starting the tight end, Evan Ingram, the 2 tight ends set. I don't know, tight ends have been really down this year. You'll occasionally have a couple tight ends like McBride and Hawkinson have big games to go along with Kels, but just really hard to get any play from the tight end. Don't really know what the idea of putting the tight end in the flex spot is, but then again, that's why I am the 2-time GM of the year and reigning Pantheon Cup champion, and Brian went to Waffle House last year. So, I wish Brian all the best, though. I love the guy. Great rivalry. He's going to get his chance next week to play me again. He loses next week. Brian might be taking a trip to Belize if he loses next week. So we'll give you more information about that. But he'll have an opportunity next week to get it back and even it out, and might even have a playoff matchup. Very interesting right now. Really, there's 2 teams that can still make the playoffs, Shake and Bake and San Patricio Rock Throwers. But there are 5 teams currently in first place with the 3-way tie at 7-3. And Zach on there really has a lock hold on the 6th spot with the points, as long as he keeps scoring the points, but I think he's got the team to do it. So still 3 weeks to go, 3 games to go, 11, 12, and 13, still open. Trade deadline, I think, is coming really soon. I think the trade deadline might be this week too. So the teams are going to sell. This is their chance, or they're going to be stuck. I know there's a lot of buyers out there. I spent some cap money and got Lamb and Montgomery, and they're starting to look good. But there are literally there's a 5-way tie for first place, which makes this the greatest fantasy football league in America. Anyway, everyone have a great Monday. Enjoy the game tonight, the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. We'll wrap it up for you. We'll talk a little bit more about Week 11 coming up next week. Everyone have a great day. Enjoy your week. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Frey Ewan, 2-time GM of the year, current Pantheon Cup champion, host of the Tpffkal show. I'm back from Belize early, guys. I'll see you soon.